It's hard to put into words the jumble of emotions that ran through our minds the morning of day 10. We awoke early and left the comfort of the Ryan Hotel and the hospitality of Donna, grateful for our brief visit. I'm genuine when I say I had a pit in my stomach. I was excited and proud that we had made it to this point, but I was sad that Charles could not be here to experience it with us. I was nervous that some flukish mechanical issue or accident would derail us from our goal with the finish in sight. I was excited at the prospect of finishing and getting back to see my family and get some consistent sleep. But I was conflicted with the thought of getting back to regular and normal life of work and personal obligations. My new normal had become waking up before the sun, enjoying a sunrise from the seat of my motorcycle atop some mountain, riding world-class trails and routes all day and usually into the night, and honestly forgetting what day of the week it was. No inbox, no commitments, no obligations other than to ride all day long. Where I was most uncomfortable, I was finding the most comfort. Day 10 was a significant change of pace from the previous 10 days. We headed north out of Wallace on a series of Forest Service and logging roads to our first challenge point of the day, Moon Saddle. This was a leisurely warm-up to the morning, and I stopped to savor in my last sunrise of the tour. One last sunrise. I'm gonna miss that. Every day but one for the last 10, I've been on top of a mountain watching the sunrise. Hard to beat. After a quick stop at Moon Saddle, we found our way to the top of the Graham Creek Trail. This would end up being our last real single track of the entire tour. Graham Creek was a great trail that just keeps going down, 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 all the way to the Coeur d'Alene River for about 5 miles. As much as we were enjoying it, we were riding super conservative. The whole time I just kept thinking how disastrous an off-trail excursion would be with so much side hilling involved. We relished in the last bit of trail and eventually crossed the Coeur d'Alene River, and just a few miles up the road I recognized where we were, having camped in that exact spot almost 4 years earlier while on a dual sport ride with Charles and Brent. It was one more reminder to me of how much I love riding, love Idaho, and love experiencing it with good friends. At this point in the tour, our trail riding was over. We were surprisingly okay with that, and were looking forward to a leisurely cruise the rest of the way. Our next stop was the second challenge point of the day at Spyglass Peak. Yep. I got that too, so. Alright, go ahead. Nice little treat or surprise for the morning of day 10. I wasn't expecting a good single track. Great little trail. I think this takes us down to the Coeur d'Alene River. Days. This gets the thighs and my arms burning. Down goes. It's day 10. I just don't want to do anything stupid. I don't need any off downhill, side hill, tip overs, or anything like that. I don't want to jinx myself, but I got a ride at the bottom of the hill, Brent. How are your arms feeling? Yeah, mine are too. Awesome down here. Ooh, nice little bridge. Not doing that. I'll take the easy way. Being super conservative today to not compromise our ability to get to the finish.
surprised.
Yeah, no kidding.
Man, I think it's just the pressure on the palms.
Are your hands doing the same?
I just couldn't feel my fingers.
Okay.
I just don't even want to put pressure on them anymore.
That's what happened to me yesterday morning.
It's just so tender.
I feel like it's pushing on a nerve or something. Oh, well, but that was cool. I mean, that was a pretty darn cool trail.
I was kind of just looking forward to a big cruise.
Well,
probably there now.
I have a hunch, yeah. You remember that? Or maybe it was this one up here. I think it was this one. Yep. So 4 years ago, we camped right there. Yeah, I remember that well. I can't believe that was 4 years ago. We were enjoying the amazing views along all the ridgetop roads. After being immersed in a sea of mountains for the previous 9 days, it would be easy to become a bit desensitized to how awesome this really was. But we were doing our best to continue to soak it in and appreciate what we were really doing. It was in this area that riders have the option of the Day 10 Challenge Section Trail, Independence Creek. We had already satisfied our challenge section points for the tour and felt no obligation to introduce any unnecessary risk. Like a thirsty cow headed to water, we were focused on Sundance Mountain. We first had to navigate more Forest Service roads to our third challenge point of the day, Jackknife Peak, where we caught our first glimpses of beautiful Lake Ponderay. After Jackknife Peak, we made a northwesterly descent off the mountain, down to the town of Idaho. We grabbed a splash of gas, indulged in a convenience store corn dog and ice cream, and took a small break in the shade of a tree, before continuing on across the fast valley floor roads and ascending back up to our second to last challenge point of the tour, Hoodoo Mountain.
Hey guys, how are ya?
Nice day out today.
Heck yeah.
It's not 100 yet.
Yeah, I'm losing the jacket.
Where'd you guys come up from?
Which day?
We've been on the trail for 10 days, so
Oh, really?
yeah.
Man, that's awesome. Where are you guys from?
Northern Utah.
Wow. Yeah, you guys are. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a good, but we're almost finished, unfortunately.
Right?
Seriously, I'm still loving it.
See, this morning was Wallace.
Wallace? Is that what you said?
Wallace?
Oh, man. That's a ride from you. Was it mostly, did you guys ride mostly?
We had a nice chat with some fellow dirt bikers atop Hoodoo Mountain who couldn't really believe we had been riding for 10 days and over 2,000 miles. This marked our descent back off the mountain and to the north as we descended to the town of Priest River. It was beautiful, but reality was setting in. That knot in my stomach that I started with in the morning was becoming a little bit tighter as I realized this was really it. After crossing north of Priest River, we eventually caught a glimpse of Sundance Mountain. We had become pretty adept at spotting fire lookouts on tops of mountains, but this one hit me hard. The last stretch of road before making the final turn off to ascend to Sundance was long, straight, and fast. I'm man enough to admit that I started to be overcome with some emotion and very lost in my thoughts, and I almost blew right past the turn. It was honestly a bit overwhelming trying to process what I was feeling. I had been dreaming of doing the Tour of Idaho literally almost since its creation, when I stumbled on a description of the tour in 2007, in its first few years of existence. I casually watched the tour route grow and mature over the years, wondering if or when the stars would ever align, allowing me to make an attempt. In a very ironic twist, the year 2020 one of the most tumultuous years in modern history, turned out to be the perfect year for me to do it. Family life, finances, work obligations, commitment of good friends to do it with me, health, weather, they all aligned in a serendipitous pattern that permitted me the experience of a lifetime. It was no wonder my emotions got the best of me.
I would love it. Yeah, that'd be great.
About 30 minutes.
No, that's fine. That's awesome.
You know what you got to do? You got to sign my fender.
That's right. Yeah.
Congratulations and a beer. Why would we? I keep telling we need a keg up here. How long is it taking you?
It's been a haul.
How long?
Probably
Excuse me?
about 2 weeks. Is that kind
About, this is our 10th day on the trail. 10 full days. Very full days.
When we arrived at the top, it was uncharacteristically busy relative to the other lookouts that we had visited during the tour. It was a Saturday afternoon and there were several other groups enjoying the view. Unbeknownst to us, we had passed the lookout operator in his Suburban a few turns from the top as he was driving out for his week-long shift, arriving just a few minutes behind us. He was super friendly and invited us into the lookout to see his living quarters and tell us all about the lookout. We had a lot of other people also asking us questions, intrigued at this Tour of Idaho route we were describing. We were the first official team of the Tour of Idaho 2020 season to complete the route, and tour organizer Martin Hackworth was excited to attempt a first in tour history and conduct a live video call from the top of Sundance Mountain. In all of the craziness and emotion of arriving at the top, it unfortunately took us some time to get situated where we could chat. But once we did, we found a nice quiet spot on the north side of the lookout and shared an awesome moment with Martin and all the many other people who had been cheering us on virtually from all over the country. Many of these people were former tour riders or aspiring tour riders or just family and friends, but the one thing we all shared in common was a love for Idaho and the spirit of camaraderie that a journey like this inspires.
How many are on the tour this year?
Well, we're the first team that's made it this far, and but there's 3 teams out behind us right now that are still en route, I think.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's about this time I start seeing.
Studio apartment
Yeah,
on top
we're
of a
studio.
mountain. Yeah, we've hit about a dozen on a tour. That's kind of one of the things is you hit. God, I can't even believe that. What was your name?
I'm Chuck.
Hi, Chuck.
Nice to meet you.
The last one that was manned that we went to was Waldy. It was
Wally.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to sign our guest book here.
yeah, I'd love to. Heck yeah.
See, I tell them they need a keg right down there.
What is today?
Oh, 15.
8, 15, 20.
I've been up here 11 years. And,
Oh, yeah?
I don't deserve that. You guys did all the work. What an accomplishment.
Yeah, I was starting to.
How many miles?
2136.
According to my odometer, 2,136.
The old butt must feel like you're
Yeah, you
probably
could-
not going to ride the rest of the year.
You could say that. That's more riding than I've done. Yeah, like in the last year and a half, all in 10 days.
Yeah, how do you prep for it? Just go ride some.
What? I don't know how to.
All right,
do that.
now we got it. So we got our team here that just finished. So congratulations, guys. First team through this year.
We had done it. It was hard to believe that something that I had been dreaming about for years was over. It had consumed a huge part of my life, as well as Brent and Charles's, for the past year, as we had spent countless hours talking, planning, dreaming, prepping, and strategizing about our trip. Based on the odometer on my KTM, we had ridden 2,136 miles over the previous 11 days, including our rest day in Pocatello. To put that into perspective, that is almost the exact mileage from my doorstep in northern Utah to downtown New York City. But instead, we did it zigzagging across the entire state of Idaho from south to north. Grateful that we had made it, but sad that it was over, we made our way back to Priest River, where I had some good friends from Spokane meet me with my motorhome and trailer.
Oh, that's awesome.
A few weeks earlier, I had driven my motorhome to their house, dropped it off, and took a one-way flight home, in an optimistic vote of confidence that we would be successful in completing the tour.
No, you have a little more life in you. This guy, I don't know.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Thank you.
The well done part, I really mean.
Be done. Don't do this again.
Check it
Check
out,
that
please.
box.
As we made the descent from Sundance Mountain, I reflected on the past 11 days. What an experience. Although there were certainly many memorable highlights, the tour was not defined by one single day, one single trail, person, but was instead the sum of hundreds of awesome little moments. During our journey, we had visited 13 fire lookouts, all with amazing views.
Look out. Anywhere in the world. Look at it.
It was taking me about 2 hours to get up and down the mountain one way.
This is Blue Nose Lookout. We're going to continue on. Okay, this is the view from Fish Butte Lookout. That is beautiful.
Well done, Mr. Bernard. Holy crap.
Can't believe we did it, Brent. Pretty dang awesome.
We had been on the mountain and saw the sunrise from the seat of our motorcycles every day but one. Several days we even saw the sunset before
Another
we were finished
beautiful
riding.
sunrise. It's been one of my favorite parts of
We
this
started
trip.
in the dark most every morning. More than once, and not always by choice, we ended our day in the dark.
That's not sunrise, folks. That's the sunset. Salmon River Valley. Watching the sunrise as we ride. One last sunrise. Don't want to miss that.
lot of my chain guide was tore down and
We made some mistakes.
Need help?
We experienced exhaustion, frustration, and setbacks.
Did you actually run into it? Dang it. Sorry, Charles. Oh, crap.
Here, how much more is this like this?
So we
I'm
crossed.
ready to get off this struggle bus.
We made some tough decisions and even
See you
said
later.
some goodbyes.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh. Shoot. I'm stuck on the hill. You just keep going right by me. Woo! Oh my gosh.
That's gonna be easier to see.
A lot harder ride.
Holy crap.
Piece of junk. Oh! Oh man. Come on! Oh! Dang it! It's so close!
Sorry, I ran my battery down. Had to get the guy in the golf cart to come give me a pull.
We sawed logs.
Nice work.
We moved logs. We hopped logs.
Oh man. 1, 2, 3.
We drug our bikes under logs. We rode switchbacks. Pushed through brush. And even filtered water from streams. We did hard things and congratulated
Nice
each
job.
other.
Right, we did it. Woo! You get some, Brent. Woo!
And we met some amazing people along the way.
There we go. Hope to get that filled.
How was that?
Yeah.
Let me go check on dinner.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Went out, Pats, went through 80 Basin.
Yep.
If you don't mind, I'll call you tonight or I'll text you.
Yeah. All right. You guys helping Grandpa? I can't imagine a better place to be. Enjoy your day, guys.
Through hiking the Continental Divide.
Nice.
I went for a pack of cigarettes. Haven't been back.
Perfect. Thank you.
You guys have fun?
Thank you.
Little ridges. You drop down into the clear water, and this is where the slow.
Congratulations, you're
Thank
our
you.
first one.
Yeah.
Ryan Hotel. I just want you to sign and put like the number 1 and your team name, which
Yep.
is. So I should write Miss Donna from the Ryan.
Yeah. Everybody says you have to make it to Wallace. Look at this.
We rode through more forests than we can count and never got bored with the view. We rode sand, crossed the desert, gorged rivers and streams. And enjoyed some awesome scenery, all with a smile on our face.
This is a fun trail.
The Tour of Idaho is something unique. It's not for everyone. Most people in the world will never understand it, and that's just fine by me. My coworkers don't get it, most of my extended family doesn't get it, but for those that do get it, nothing else needs to be said. Lost in your thoughts, following a narrow ribbon of trail, enjoying the smells, the views, mile after mile, it never gets old to me. The Idaho mountains are a magical place. Many times, after riding for hours and hours, you find yourself in the middle of nowhere. And many times, in the middle of nowhere is exactly where you find yourself.
All right, now we got it. So we got our team here that just finished. So congratulations, guys. First team through this year.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Martin.
No, man, thank you. What you guys did was awesome. So I'm just going to shut up. I know that right now is, it's an emotional moment because you worked so hard to get there, but tell us about your trip.
Oh. Where do we start? You want to?
No, go ahead, Mike.
Our trip. This has been nothing short of amazing. I will say, I know we underestimated a few things. I would also say I'd like to give ourselves a little bit of credit for some things that we did do right. We learned some things, but the days are a blur. We've sat down to have dinner several times, and we've referred to certain experiences, and we're like, what day was that? And where were we? And we've literally had to jog our own memories to even, remember. But we've done our best to try to document it, take a lot of video and different things, because this has been a trip of a lifetime. I mean, we've loved every minute. There's been a few times where we're like, man, what did we do? And then there's been other times where we're like, this is the best, most amazing thing we've ever done.
We've got our butt handed to us several times.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get in line when it comes to that, because so is everybody else.
Yeah. I think we have absolute respect for anybody who not only attempts it, but completes it. We've had some good fortune on our side. The weather, we hit the jackpot, let's be honest. And that was something that we couldn't control. And man, no fires, no rain, great temperatures for the most part, other than, the first couple, 2 or 3 days were hot. Just amazing. Just we really lucked out that way.
So yeah, I was on live for about 20 minutes earlier because you guys got there, and I'm sure that I was just a little too eager to get going, so I jumped the gun a little bit. And so I spent 20 minutes telling everybody that trying to describe what you guys are feeling right now. Why don't you tell everybody what you're feeling right now?
Go ahead, Brad.
You know what? It's an emotional time. We've planned for so long, envisioned it for so long, had so many of your anticipations on what you thought it would be get dashed. You thought how easy it would be get dashed. But then also to have those moments along the way that you get fulfilled of what you dreamed it would be. And then to finally get here, it is emotional. I'll be honest with you. It was very humbling to know that we worked so hard. We worked so well together as a team, and to make our goal. I mean, it's just a huge thing that I think we can both mark off in our lives as a huge accomplishment. So
I'm glad to hear Brent admit that, because, you know, we were rolling down the road and we came up the mountain here, and if for those that have ridden and gotten this far, you're on a big, long, straight road, and Brent doesn't know this, so I appreciate that he admitted. I was pretty lost in my thoughts, and there's a hard right-hand turn where you turn off that road, and I literally just blew right past it. Brent radioed me, and I just locked up the brakes and turned, and I was, I'm not gonna lie, I was having kind of an emotional moment at the time, and so when we made the turn, and man, just a flood of thoughts and emotions, and you know, Brent said it well. This has been just it's not just a motorcycle ride. it's an experience. So it's been awesome. I've literally been dreaming about this for 15 years. I mean, I think I told you that, Martin. This isn't a fly-by-night thing that I just heard about last year. I have been lurking, stalking, thinking, planning, and the timing just finally lined up for us. So we are just, it was awesome. And then to have it turn out the way that it did.
You know, Martin, you were a big part of our conversations every night. Was we were amazed at how much, because work has gone into putting this together. We both have spent years stitching trails together and envisioning how it would be. But to get out there and see the detail that was involved to connect it and to make it work, and the descriptions to get people through, kudos to you, man. I mean, and then be willing to share that with the whole community out there. I mean, I can't even comprehend the amount of work, man months you put into that, or man years. So thank you very much for letting us partake of it.
Well, getting to know guys like you is what makes it worthwhile. Look, the best friends that I have in the world are people that I've made through the Tour of Idaho community. Looking at the look in your guys' face right now and understanding, I know exactly how you feel, because I've felt that way before, not just in this, but in other things. But modern life takes away a lot of the opportunity for adventure, right? Modern life, modern conveniences, kind of homogenize experience. And then there's so many people out there that are full of shit. You know, like I see other people using our hashtag this year. I've seen a half a dozen photos of people at Sundance going, yeah, I conquered the Tour of Idaho. Well, you guys know better than that. You did conquer the Tour of Idaho. Yeah. It's a select group. You are number 70 and 71. By the way, do we get to see the arm wrestling match to see who gets 70 and who gets 71?
He was first up the mountain, Martin.
All right. Well, pending receipt of tracks, which I'm sure I'll get in a few days, we'll get you guys on the register. But it is when people make it and they get it and they understand it, that's what makes all that worthwhile. If I got to do it another 15 years, as long as I see guys like you come rolling up to Sundance, it's worth it, by the way, for everybody else. I get the credit for it, which I'm kind of willing to accept because I get all the blame too. But there are a ton of people, like I was telling people the last few days, there are people that go in and ride horses and mountain bikes to saw that trail. That day 6 stuff this year a lot of it was sawed by mountain bikers who follow the forum and they go, this is the coolest thing in the world. Maybe one day we could do something like this ourselves. So, you know, it's one of those kind of things that builds, and other people see it and they see how cool it is and they want to get involved. But you guys, first through 2020, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you very, very much.
All right. I'm going to let you guys go because I know you're tired and I know you want to get back. I'm shuttling a car up to Priest River tomorrow, so I may see you guys. If you see my white dually going up the interstate the other direction, wave high, flash lights or something.
All right. We'll do that. I'll tell you one really quickly, and I can admit this now, but I didn't want to admit it 2 weeks ago because I thought it would be presumptuous. But I drove a shuttle vehicle up 2 weeks ago, left it, took a one-way flight home, traveled the 700 miles home over the next day and a half. So
how's that for putting a carrot out there? The only way you get to go home is if you get to Sundance.
Yep. So,
listen,
we got the motorhome with some cold beverages and a warm bed ready for us as soon as we get down off the mountain.
That's completely awesome. And by the way, we'll do a PBR Monday where I'm going to shut up and let you guys talk for an hour down the road. Whenever you feel like doing it, you can arrange it in your schedules. I want you to just tell everybody in your own words how it all worked, okay?
Okay, we will.
All right.
We got
Take
a lot
care,
of
brothers.
thoughts, a lot of lessons learned. There's a lot we'd love to share. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.